Good day at Emergency Ribs. Been a long time since I did a video, so I'm probably a little rusty. But I was lucky enough to get 10 days off in a row. And I was lucky enough to get my Santa Maria grill. So I'm gonna spend some time today getting it nice and seasoned up. I'll show you the process. I'm probably gonna do some of it wrong, but it's all about learning. All right. Just before we get to the seasoning process, I can show you my little setup here. Let me get this thing. I'm trying to learn this gimbal. It's my first time using this too, so let's see if it'll switch around. Got it switched around. So you see some of the usual suspects. I got my uni pizza oven. We just used it last week, made about 6 pizzas. Everything turned out good. This is the old school beast Lone Star Grillz. Insulated large. Then we got one of my first, I guess this was my first big purchase, my Yoder YS 480. We got Old Faithful, the PK, and my Kamado, and then we got R2D2 down here. Believe it or not, this thing can cook. I'm having trouble with this gimbal, so these angles gonna be kind of jacked up. Then we got the Blackstone. Love this thing. And then I guess the star of the show is gonna be the Santa Maria. Haven't quite given it a name yet, but this is it. I went with as far as the things I added the shelf. I think the only other upgrade I added was the wheel. And that was because of my buddy Ken. He was like, if you're gonna get it, you might as well make it look traditional. So that's what I did. All right, let me grab some supplies and I guess we'll get started on seasoning this thing. I'm going by the instructions that Chris gave us. They put 16 pounds of charcoal in there and basically let it burn so the paint can set. So I will be right back when I got my charcoal ready. All right, let's get this baby coated up. So I don't think I'll need 2 cans. I bought 2 just in case. But we'll see how it goes. If it's not seasoned enough, it can always season again, I guess, another time. But I'm just excited to get the cook on it. All right, let's go to the other side. This gimbal. All right, so I'm having trouble with this gimbal, but I'll learn it. So it's gonna be a lot of clips and cuts in this video. Probably gonna have like 38 videos I gotta piece together. All because I don't know how to work this gimbal, but it's all about learning. All right. It looks like we coated everything. All right, I think that's good. So give me a second. I'm gonna lower these grates and coat the, actually I'll just bring you up. I don't wanna get cooking spray all over the place. So let me lower these grates and then I'll come right back. All right, I guess as I do this and work with this gimbal, I won't have to do as many cuts and breaks and piecing stuff together, but it's gonna take a minute. All right, let's get all these grates nice and coated up. All right, here's cut number 900. So now I gotta stop and start so we can get the charcoal in. All right. Figured out a way that I could just set this thing up and leave it in one spot and not have to move around. All right. Instruction said 16 to 20 pounds of charcoal. Light it up and just let it go till it burns out. And I guess at some point we'll have to spread it out evenly throughout the grill. So for a while now, we'll just let all this catch. I was looking for my torch. I don't know where my torch is, so we'll use these fire starters. Get a nice fire going. When they start to ash over, then we'll spread it out and just let it roll. Like we got a pretty good fire going and the charcoals are mostly ashed over, so I'm gonna spread them all out. And woo! You kind of underestimate this thing when you see it on other people's videos. You're thinking, oh, that look cool. It's hot. Yes, sir, it's hot. I have to get me a longer tool for spreading these things out. Because it'll get me some. Oh, I got some gloves. I need to use the gloves. All right. So we got everything all spread out. So as far as the instructions go, it says to just let this baby roast away for possibly 4 hours or however long it takes for all the charcoal to burn out. So I think that pretty much did the trick. We actually got, let's see if we can get this. Let me get my tongs. I got a piece of charcoal and it hit the bottom. I don't want it on the bottom. All right, let's get this little piece off the bottom. Spread this baby out. All right, it looked like everything is pretty spread out, so I'm gonna let it roll for however long it takes for this charcoal to burn out, and I guess that should make sure the paint get nice and set so it don't bubble off. And then once it die out, then later I'm gonna season up some lead quarters and put them on. All right, I'll see y'all in a bit once this thing get done. I guess ain't nothing else to do but just stare at it. Seasoning is done. This is the final product for now. I guess it'll get a little bit darker as the cooks go on, but we're done. I had a little more video, but somehow the audio got jacked up on it, so I'm not going to include it. But this is it.